All right. You know he was coming. You know that's what was up. You knew this was coming. But yeah, I just uploaded my post-fight reaction video, and we're gonna get this live stream kicking. Got a good panel. Emaze and Eric will be here. Uh, Mia's coming. Yeah, they're supposed to be here. Mary, Wildest, they're all gonna be here. So we're gonna get this thing cranking. Okay, I know everybody's waiting on this live stream. We were waiting on the post-fight live stream. Here it is. The panel's already been set. So we got it. We got it cranking. Okay, we got it cranking. Amazing Eric, I think he's still up, so got to get him in. But the panel was set and still, and still, and still. It wasn't a knockout. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Wasn't a knockout, but a lot of questions got answered with Cris Cyborg. Okay, a lot of questions got answered. A lot of questions. Holly Holm though, bro. I cannot sit here and tell you that because I was telling y'all. I said, listen, if Holly Holm go 5 rounds with Cris Cyborg, even if she lose the fight, it's a victory. Okay, even even if she win the fight, it's a victory. Holly Holm face is like Cris. Cris did a point job. She did a really good point job. Outpoint. Like Cris looked like the actual fighter, the boxer, and Holly looked like the person that was just trying to make stuff happen. She survived, man. Round two, I got a little worried because I thought, oh man, Cris about to try to finish her, but then Cris didn't have any more time. It was a good fight, y'all. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. It doesn't matter. And still, and still, Cris Cyborg did well. Cris Cyborg, you know what? The stamina issues got answered. So many people said that, her stamina, it doesn't matter. Okay? Doesn't matter. Cris Cyborg, she did the job. It's how it is. Hey, if you shoot a basket in a basketball goal, don't matter if you dunk it, don't matter if you shoot it, from the free throw line. Still 2 points. Cris Cyborg won this fight. She did. And I thought she did it very decisively. But I think Holly Holm, she did a phenomenal job, y'all. Holly Holm did a good job. I mean, she hung in there. She hung in there, y'all. She hung in there. Holly Holm hung in there. She took a beating. And Cris Cyborg outpointed Holly Holm in every aspect of the fight. Holly Holm, I mean, Cris Cyborg has another dimension to her game. Like, guys, I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. Nah, Cris Cyborg won every round to me. But I got to give Holly her credit. I got to give Holly her credit. Waiting on Eric, waiting on the whole panel, waiting on Wildest, waiting on everybody. Oh, yeah, okay, special guest, Brittany. Yeah, Brittany, she's going to get a lot of respect. Brittany, I interviewed Brittany the other day, and Brittany Neiman, she got her first pro fight. She's coming in. Brittany is here. Let me see. Brittany, okay, the panel has been set. Yeah, Cyborg and Holly Holm, they finna make some money. Okay, Brittany, check your email. Okay. All right, let's get at it. TJ. Yeah, TJ, I thought the scorecards were a little bit off. I really did. I thought those scorecards were off because I felt like Cris won every round, but Holly Holm didn't just lay there. Now at the end of round two, Cris threw a flurry. Y'all see at the end of round two, it's either round two or round three. Cris threw like a flurry, y'all. Okay, she threw a flurry. And man, I thought it was. I like if Cris would have had more time, Holly would have got finished, y'all. Like she about got finished. General Africa, check your email. Okay, General Africa, check your email. Okay, we're waiting on emails and Eric. Okay, General, check your email. Let's see. BJ, you couldn't have Holly up because Cris Cyborg outlanded her and every. Look, man, even on my post fight video, let's look at this. How many strikes? Let me look at these strikes. Cyborg landed with like 3 times as many significant strikes, man. Cut it out. Cut it out. I got the strike totals right here on my screen. Okay. I have the strike total right here. Holly didn't throw a flurry. Cris threw a flurry and almost finished Holly. Stop it. Listen, man. Listen. You guys. Me, I thought I sent it to you. I have the strike total. Stop hating. Cris Cyborg did what y'all thought she couldn't do. Y'all thought that she couldn't go 5 rounds because her cardio. Cris looked fresh at the end of the fight. I got General Africa in here. Got the general in here waiting on Brittany Neiman. Brittany, my Christian sister, you know, she definitely she's a fighter, and she's got a big fight coming up soon. And Keith Brown, and my man Keith Brown is going to be here soon. I'm gonna actually get him on eventually. He's got to talk about his fight that he won. But you know, Eric, bro, come on in, man. Eric, come on. I already sent it out to you, man. You need to come on because I got this whole panel set, man. I got it set. Mia, got the hey guys. Mia's a minor. Okay, so guys, we'll keep down on the swear words a little bit. Mia, you can't use swear words either. Okay, so Mia, I got the hey guys. Mia's a minor. And y'all make sure y'all cut down your if you got any other links open or any other trying to watch the stream, just hit that pause and you can still see the stream. We got Brittany. How you doing, Brittany?
Hi.
You're up late, and I see the kiddies behind you trying to go to sleep. Look at this.
The youngest is asleep. The oldest just woke up. She fell asleep during the fight. So.
Oh, hey, well, tell her to stay in school. That's what you tell her. Tell her I said stay in school. Okay. So, General Africa, I'll start with you, and then Brittany, we'll go to you. What did you guys think about the fight?
Man, well, first off, appreciate you having me on the stream, Coach. As always, that was a good fight. No, I thought that Cyborg would get her out of there, but she Holm put up a great fight, and she's tough, man. She's strong, she's tough as nails. I'm Cyborg Army, but you got to respect Holm. In the beginning of the fight, she was sticking and moving, and she got some good shots. I don't know if you had to see, Cyborg, her nose was bleeding and stuff. She got some good shots in there, but those heavy hands of Cyborg, it just took a toll on Holm. And I heard people were saying that Cyborg has stamina issues. She didn't have any stamina issues. She wasn't even breathing coming into the last friggin' round. At the end of round 2, Holm, I could see that her legs were heavy. She's real strong, real muscular, and she's kind of tense, but that's just her style. I don't know if it was, conditioning or what. She was starting to waver in. It was just too much, It's levels to it. But shout out to both fighters, salute to both fighters. But Cyborg proved and showed that she is number 1.
Okay. And guys, Brittany's going to talk, guys. Be respectful. Brittany is married. She has a husband and she has kids. So, we're not going to have any kind of disrespect. And, if you want to be a simp, then I'm going to put you on Exposing Simps Volume 6. It's coming out. I promise you. I will have your name listed on that video. So, simp if you want to. I mean,
I heard it here first.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm going to put you on Exposing Simps. If anybody make any kind of negative or derogatory, that's it. Y'all, it's over for you. Okay, Brittany, so go ahead. Let's kick it.
First of all, I am not that cute, but thank you. No, I think it was a really, really good fight. I think Holly Holm should have really gained some respect from this to go all 5 rounds with Cyborg. One thing with Holly, though, she didn't switch it up enough. She was starting to become readable. And I believe Cyborg was ready for a lot of what Holly was bringing. And so I think she should have switched it up a little bit more. She kept really trying to go for those head kicks when Cyborg's body and legs were wide open for kicks as well. But I'm a Holly Holm fan, you know that. But I have to say this, Cyborg's walkout song was awesome. So I like Cyborg too. But I'm more of a Holly Holm fan. But I really think it was a surprising fight for Holly hanging in there. But she definitely didn't switch it up enough, and Cyborg's power showed, which I was kind of worried about that. But Holly took him pretty well. But I definitely think she didn't switch it up enough. Cyborg was just ready for it.
Man, we got some people in the crowd today. But you know what? Yeah, I agree with you, Brittany. Holly didn't switch it up, and she became very predictable. And
Mhm.
she kept rotating back to Cyborg's power hand. She kept doing it. She walked right into the right hand. She walked into a couple of head kicks, you know. And I'm like, man, is she gonna switch it up? But you know, she did a good job because when she really felt Cyborg was trying to close distance and get in that clinch and start damaging her, Holly Holm immediately took her and put her back against the cage. And Cyborg didn't want to expend necessary energy. See, people saying, well, Cyborg, you know, Holly's overpowering her. It wasn't that. Cyborg just didn't want to spend the energy trying to take her down because it's a 5-round fight. And if Holly could have actually gassed out Cris, see, the fight would have been different. So Cris, you saw her just kind of hanging out, like
Mhm.
leaning against the cage and just chilling, you know, and she didn't want to spend that energy. Trust me. The gas tank, it was an issue, but I think Cris answered the critics. We got Emaze and Eric in here. Emaze and Eric.
Yo, coach, what's going on? Can you hear me? I have my new microphone set up. I'm just making sure you guys can hear me.
Oh, hey, can y'all hear me good too?
Yeah.
I can hear you, bro.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so we're in. First of all, Brittany, what's going on? Good to see you
Hi.
back on tonight. How you doing? General Africa, salute
Yeah, what's
to you,
going
my
on? What's
brother.
going on? What's going
Everybody go subscribe to General Africa right now. We got Coach
on?
in the house.
Appreciate it.
We got a big problem though, Coach. Let me say the first big problem is we got 70 plus people in here and 18 likes. So we got to fix that. Everybody in here, click like. The only thing you have to pay to get in is click the like button. So we need to see the like thing lighting up here. Let's
Hey,
ask
Eric,
the panel.
Eric,
What's
Eric,
up, brother?
Eric.
What's up?
I see 78 in here, man. I see 78 Sports TV, man.
Shout out to 78.
I see 78, man. Okay, you go ahead, Eric. Just take it over, man. I'm finna send out these links.
Okay, well, send out the links. Like I said, guys, there it is. See, it just jumped to 28. That's good. Everybody in. I saw Keith hit up the super chat. General, let me ask you this, man. What is something that Holly Holm did that surprised you? I know she fell short. You might have already said this. We're just getting it propped up now. Help me out if I missed this part. But what is something that Holly brought to this fight that you was like, whoa, I didn't know Holly was going to do that?
For sure. I mean, I've always had the opinion that Holm is tough, tough as nails, so she showed that, of course. Yeah. But to be able to take those punches from Cyborg, I mean, Cyborg hits hard. I was looking at some highlights of her previous fights. I forgot who the opponent was, and she threw her right at the opponent, and the woman's head just flew into the fence. I mean, she has brute strength, and Holm. I can't say she ate those punches because you could see the damage, but to be able to take those punches and keep on fighting was just amazing. And I forgot who brought this up, but when she would turn Cyborg and push her up against the cage, I was like, wow, she's strong. And it's true. That Cyborg was conserving energy. That's true. But Holm is strong, man.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100% right there. And I think you bring out a good point when you say that. Okay, yeah, I agree with you 100% when you say that even though Cyborg was conserving energy, she was actually able to keep her there. So we know how Cyborg is. And Brittany, we got a bang.
I'm sorry. 1 second.
That's okay.
Just mute your mic. Just mute your mic, and then we'll pick you again. 78. 78. Check your mess. Okay, there he is. Okay. And then Mia.
78.
I just sent it to you again, Mia. Okay.
You guys heard that. Hey, we got 42 likes. We're almost up to 80. Come on, guys, hit that like button. We got General Africa. We got Brittany. We got 78 coming in. I think we got blood boxing in the comment section. It's a big deal tonight. It's heavy tonight. Is it 78?
Hey, how y'all doing, man?
What's going on? Guys, we got the legend 78 Sports here with us, gracing us with his presence today. Salute to you, brother. I've always wanted to be on a chat with you, so this is an honor for me. Let me say that first. Really glad that you're here.
Hey, man, it's all love, man. I appreciate y'all having me on, man.
78, let me jump right to a question from you, man. I got to ask 78 this. 78, what is something that Holly brought? We just asked General after this. What is something that Holly brought to the fight that you felt surprised you, that you didn't expect?
I didn't expect Holly Holm to. I thought, first of all, I thought she would be more elusive than what she was, but she surprised me with her chin. Her chin surprised me because she got caught with some clean, hard punches, hard strikes, period. And she had, and also her strength when she would lock up with Cyborg, I was surprised that she could lock up with her.
Oh
And
yeah.
she didn't get put on her back. I was surprised.
Absolutely. And I think that chin, man, like 78 just said, that chin, you know your stuff, because Cyborg being so heavy with her striking, like it to me. And coach, what round was it? I know you'll have us tight on this, but what round was that the end of round 3 to where it kind of looked like it was over, like Cyborg's strike starting getting low? What round was that, coach? Was that 3, 4 right there somewhere where Cyborg finished the round really strong? I think we lost coach.
No, you didn't. You didn't lose me. Hey,
All right.
she had I think it was round 3 when she finished with a flurry that, Holly was stunned, but she only had about 10 seconds, so if she'd have had a little bit more time, I think she could have closed that round out and finished the fight, because she was being real patient, man. But part of it, it was a good game plan by Holly. They did their homework, but I was overly shocked that Cris Cyborg, man, I mean, she outpointed Holly Holm. Now, who would ever expect Cris Cyborg to outpoint Holly Holm? Like, what?
Absolutely.
She was catching Holly with like counters. I'm like, dang. So Cris Cyborg really is a good counterpuncher. Like, I think she studied the Shevchenko fights. I think she studied the Jermaine Durandame fight. I think she studied all of those fights, and I think they had a game plan, and they was ready for Holly, but Holly Holm didn't go and stink the place up.
That's right. And the comment section, light up the comment section for me. We hadn't asked you guys yet, what was your scorecard? I'm interested to know what our people out in the comment section was thinking. Give us your scorecard. Tell us how you think it went down. Coach, I want to ask you this.
My scorecard?
No, we know your scorecard, Coach. I was asking the comment section. Coach, I want to ask you this, then I want to kick it around to 78, to General, and everybody else that's here. Were you surprised, Coach? Because I know you did a lot of breakdowns on the Cris Cyborg game plan, the way you felt Cris Cyborg was going to approach this fight. Were you surprised at the way Cyborg actually went with the more technical route? Did you think she was going to be more destructive in the fight?
See, I thought she was going to do it for the first 2 rounds, and then I thought that she was going to just really turn it up, but she didn't do it. Like, she remained more defensive and more like looking for the counter, versus it was like a lot of small things she did. Like, she was catching Holly with that inside leg kick that, people weren't really picking up on. And, she was also catching her when she was coming in. Cyborg would throw these little quick hooks right to the jaw. Then, she would disengage from the clinch or disengage from Holly and then go back to pinpointing again on the outside. So she was doing some things, and Holly didn't do much to deter it. She just kind of kept doing the same thing, And after a while, Cyborg, it was predictable. Like, and that's what happened with Miesha Tate. It became predictable, Like, she would throw that same punch combination, then she'll end it with a high kick. So, I mean, as I like to say, the jig was up.
Absolutely. Now, as we said, we got General Africa here, we got Brittany here, we got 78 Sports here. You guys go subscribe to all those pages. Hit that like button. We got 51 here, but we got over 80 people. We need some more likes. 78, let me ask you this, brother. As you looked at this fight, a lot of us were expecting, I didn't get a chance to hear your prediction video on this fight, but a lot of people were expecting Cyborg to come in and just really put a beat down on Holly. Is that what you saw coming into the fight? So were you surprised that Cyborg took a more technical route in the fight?
Well, actually, I was talking to Coach before the other day. I actually picked Holly Holm to win this.
Oh wow!
I thought Holly Holm would. Okay. Yeah, I thought Holly Holm would win it. I thought she would have the better technique. I really didn't respect Cyborg fight game, man. Listen, Cyborg, I always chalked her up as a steroid freak, and I didn't pay attention to her skill set. But tonight, she showed me something, man. That lead left foot, man.
Yes.
Listen, man, she placed that lead left foot perfectly. She kept that lead left foot on the outside the whole night. Every time she forced Holly Holm to move towards her power. And I heard Joe Rogan was like, "Oh well, Holly Holm keeps circling the wrong direction. She needs to go." No, she couldn't, because every time she tried to, Cyborg would put that foot out there, cut the ring off.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, Holly Holm, that's the time to throw that left hand. That's the time to throw the left hand. But like the coach said, Holly Holm kept doing the same combination. And it's like playing a video game against somebody who do the same move every time. Yeah. Like, you're gonna pick up on it. It's like, so yeah, Cyborg impressed me with her foot placement tonight for sure.
Nice. General Africa, were you surprised by that approach that Cyborg took? Because a lot of people thought she was going to be aggressive. Were you expecting a more aggressive Cyborg tonight?
You know what? I thought that she was I thought she would get Holm out of there. You know, I also thought that she'd probably, you know, take the try her best to take the fight into deeper rounds. You know, try to extend the fight and figure some things out. You know, I don't want to, you know, lambaste her for not getting Holm out of there because, like I said in previous video I made, there are levels to this, and you know, Holm is a you know, a great fighter. I thought there were times maybe that, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, this, you know, I put in the last video, oh, I think she's gonna get her out of there.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe the third round. I go because Holm was walking back to the, you know, to the corner to that seat. She was out dang near out on her feet, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought the same thing. And I thought that's the round we were talking about. It's like I thought it was over right at that point. Yeah. So I think do we have Brittany back in the building? Are you with us again, Brittany?
Brittany is right there.
Okay, Brittany.
Baby went back to sleep. We're good.
That's good. That's good. Brittany, you being a fighter, you know, and this is what you do by trade. As we always say, we talk it, y'all walk it. So you being a fighter, as you looked at the game plans, what did you expect from Cyborg coming in? Did you see what you expected, or were you surprised at Cyborg's approach?
What I was surprised about with Cyborg is that she didn't try to take Holly down. I figured, you know, she's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. She knows probably off of Miesha Tate's videos that she's not a good grappler. So I figured, you know, let me take her where she's not good at. So that's where I was surprised at with her. With her power, that didn't surprise me at all. I was surprised at how patient she was, but a little bit not, because I think not being patient plays into Holly's game. And I think Cyborg's smart. She's not just, you know, going to try to do what she wants. She's going to think about what she's doing. And she did really well with what she did.
Yeah. And I think she did a really good job too. We got some questions for Coach. And Coach, I have to ask you this question, and I want to kick the same question over to 78. And also, let me say this. We have heavy hitters in the comments section. We got my man Blood Boxing out there. Y'all go subscribe to that channel. I see Fanon. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, my brother.
Fanon International Boxing, man. Don't pronounce his name wrong, man.
That's why I said I wanted to get it right. Fanon, we will go subscribe to that channel. Great channel. Of course, we got 78 Sports with us, the legend. Go subscribe to that. We got my man General Africa. It's blowing up tonight. Hit that like button as you come in. Coach, what about the whole thing of the fear factor? I want to ask you this, and I want to ask 78 this too. What about the whole thing of the fear factor of when you come in and you fight these quote unquote invincible fighters? You know, these type of fighters, we have them in boxing and we have them in MMA. Did you see anything in Holly, or were you proud of Holly? Did she seem like she handled that well? Did she seem nervous? I'm not going to say scared, but did she seem nervous at all to you, or do you feel like she came out and she just went for it?
Yeah, you know, she was nervous, but you know, I never said she was. Well, I never said she really was scared to take the fight. I just said Mike Winklejohn was running his big mouth. It wasn't really Holly. You know, I said Holly would fight anybody, and she would. She did. She did today. I think she was nervous though. You can tell, you know, even on a walk to the ring, she was extremely nervous, but she channeled that nervousness to help her. I mean, 'cause I'm gonna be honest. You know, the first 2 rounds, you know, Holly was making it very competitive, but I just think rounds 3, 4, and 5, I think Cyborg slowly picked her apart. And by round 5, it was kind of like she was trying to more so survive, you know, like she was trying to like not get knocked out or not get caught with anything else significant. And then, you know, and then she tried to, you know, like she tried to do a little flurry toward the end, but then, you know, Cyborg kept hitting her with that rock hard right hand. Like she kept doing it. And it was crazy, man. Every time Holly tried it, bam, that right hand came. And it's like she kind of had to back up. Yeah. I mean, she felt that. She felt like Cyborg, she played this extremely smart, like real smart. And I was like, man, okay, so she can actually be patient, pick somebody apart. And, you know, Holly just seemed, she stepped up to her competition. And I see that now. Like, whoever she's in there with, she elevate her game, you know? If she's fighting somebody not even on her level, where she put her level down to their level.
Yeah. And I saw that. I feel very close to that. I feel like it was a little bit nervous for her, but she overcame it. Now I want to kick this question to 78, but I also want to light that comment section up. Comment section, you guys hit me with a yes or hit me with a no. Do you feel like Holly was nervous? Hit me with a yes if you feel like Holly was nervous. Hit me with a no if you feel like she wasn't. I want to see what you think. Light it up, comment section. 78, my brother, you being a person who actually picked Holly, you picked Holly to win this fight. So I know that means you didn't expect her to show any nerves to come in there. What did you see from Holly as far as her mental game goes? What did you see?
I thought she was being cautious. I thought she respected Cyborg's power for sure. But I don't think she was nervous to a fault. You know what I mean? I think some nerves is good for a fighter to have and keep him sharp. You know what I mean? I don't think she was nervous to like scared nervous. You know what I mean? I thought she was just being cautious. And I caught the fight. You know, I was trying to catch it, and I caught it right when they were announcing it. They're facing off, so I didn't get a chance to see the ring walk and all of that. But like I said, I thought she fought well. It's just she made a few mistakes. You know, I thought that she was too predictable with her combination punches and stuff. The same combination, but she didn't attack Cyborg's legs enough either. To me, she didn't. It was like no attack to the legs whatsoever. It was just, you know, constant head kicks. You know, you can see them coming a mile away. Really not a lot of pop on the kicks either. You know what I mean? And then, you know, once she tired out a little bit, Cyborg just came on. I thought Holly, me personally, I don't know if I was just being biased because I wanted her to win, but I had her winning the first 2 rounds barely, and then I had Cyborg winning the last 3. You know what I mean? So that's how I had it.
I had her inch in the first 2.
I had it about like that too. And I think the good thing is, see, Coach, I know you know this, General Brittany, I know all you guys know this, but what 78 just said is something all combat sport. This is why I respect 78. All combat sport fans should say this. And this is a whole other subject. We won't go here. But when you like a fighter and you want the fighter to win, those close rounds, it is very easy to put those rounds in the bank. So props to you, 78, for even being able to just say that, because I had the first 2 rounds close myself, and I can see how they could have went anyway. General, like, what is your thought on Holly's mindset coming into the fight? Do you feel like, as you saw her walk in, when you saw her before pre-fight, way she was bouncing around, did you feel like she was ready? Did you feel like she was nervous? What were you saying?
Yeah. Okay. So when she was right outside the cage, you know, before she entered, after the bagpipes, I sent a message to Coach. I was like, does she always have the bagpipe? Yeah. You know, she looked a little. She had the type of nervous energy that, you know, usually, well, in any type of sport, but especially like a combat sport, you have. And, you know, like 78 said, you know, that's a type of, you know, type of nervous energy that you want to have, because if you don't have that, it's probably something, you know, you're a special type of individual who you're not afraid of nothing. You're not, you know,
right.
It's actually kind of dangerous. You have to have some type of fear, and it's also it's a type of, well, not fear, but it's a type of nervous energy where, like, this is a big thing. It's not just the fighter that you're facing, the opponent you're facing. It's like, this is important to me. So you know, you're going to have those type of feelings. But like Coach said, you know, she rose to the occasion. She challenged it. You know, Holly's, you know, I'm going to say it again. You know, she's a warrior. You know, that Cyborg is too. I don't want to, you know, I'm not trying to pump up Holly to, you know, to the extremes, but she is. You know, she's a warrior and she channeled that energy. I think that, like I said earlier, it kind of started to maybe wear on her a little bit. Because, you know, it was those leg kicks too, but she just started. I think she was a little real tense, and I think it kind of hurt her going into the later rounds.
Yeah, and I like that assessment of that. And Coach, I gotta ask Brittany this one, because, you know, Brittany, again, you have that fighter's experience. What did you see from both fighters' mindset when you saw them in the pre-fight, in the walk-in? When you were looking at that, where did you see both ladies at that time, Brittany, when you were watching that part?
For Holly, I'm used to her jumping back and forth and kind of looking hyper and nervous. So for me, I didn't feel like it was anything out of the ordinary, like she was scared. I think what I saw mainly when she first stepped in there with Cyborg was respect, like 78 said. I think it was a lot of respect for Cyborg. So I didn't see it as like a fearful not wanting to be in there. With Cyborg, she seemed really calm, like not really affected, just ready to go. So that's kind of what I saw from both of them.
And Coach, what would you say about Brittany's response? Did you see it about like Brittany saw it right there?
Yeah, Chris was very, very calm. And she, you know, to me, you know, I think she was actually looking to outpoint Holly, and that's what she did. because normally in the past, even when Tanya Evinger, she kind of waited a little bit, but then the old Cris Cyborg came up. She went, clinched and started throwing a bunch of knees. But this Cris, she was very conservative, and I call it rationing out your stamina.
Yeah.
Because if Cris would have really took the gamble and tried to engage Holly on the fence, then she could have burned the gas tank out. Because Holly is strong, and Cris could have got some of those takedowns, but she just kind of hung out on the fence. Like, she just hung out there because she knew that Holly wasn't going to go for a takedown, because that would have been stupid. If Holly would have taken her down, then now you got a world BJJ champion on their back that can put you in a guard that can submit you. So, Holly was smart too. Holly did that to keep Cris Cyborg from cracking over that right hand. That's why she did it. So that's, but yeah, Cris was very patient, extremely.
Now, Coach, I see another face in here. I know we have Brittany, we have General, we have 78. Who else do we have here? Somebody else here with us?
We got Mia.
Mia, are you there, Mia?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I didn't know you were there. I am so sorry.
Now, hold on, guys. Yeah, folks, they let her come on and do these live streams with us. Remember, anybody in the comment section with a comment, you will be on the episode of Exposing Simps. So please go ahead, make a comment. Go ahead, okay? And and she's also a minor, so you're gonna be on like every episode, and you'll probably be going to the cops. So let's just get that out there. All right, go ahead, Eric.
That's out there. That's all good. Mia, okay, Mia, we got you now. We got you. I want to ask you this really quick, Mia. What was your impression of the fight? Did it turn out how you thought it was going to turn out? Give us your first take on it.
Honestly, it didn't turn out the way I thought it would, but I'm okay with that. I do like the unpredictability of the sport.
So tell me more. Tell me more. You can't just give us that, Mia. We need more. What did you think was going to happen, and why did that not happen? What were you expecting?
Well, I guess I was expecting somebody to get TKO'd earlier, but it didn't happen. It actually, now thinking back on it, it does make sense why Holly was clinching a lot more. And I don't really have much else to say.
Well, that's cool. You said enough. We love that. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Mia. I want to jump back over to 78 right here. Again, we got 78 Sports TV. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all go subscribe to that page. 78, you said something. We got more people coming in here, but I want you to touch on this again for maybe someone who wasn't here earlier. You said that you were a person that really didn't have a lot of respect for Cyborg's fight game before this, and you spoke on how she showed things in this fight that actually made you like, man, I didn't know Cyborg had it like that. Can you break it down for us a little bit, bro, and tell us what Cyborg showed you? Give us a little more detail on what she showed that you didn't think she had.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I used to watch Cyborg fight, and in my opinion, she was on steroids. So, I just looked at her as, all right, she on steroids, whatever. I didn't really pay attention to her skill set. Now, when I watched her tonight versus Holly Holm, I had to pay attention to the skill set because, I'm watching Holly move. She kept moving towards the right, towards Cyborg's power. And I'm like, why is Holly Holm doing that? Holly Holm is a excellent striker. She's a boxer. She knows better than that. So why is she doing that? It has to be for a reason. So then I started paying attention to Cyborg's feet, and I saw Cyborg was beautifully cutting off the ring. She just trapped her, man. It was like beautiful, man. And the announcers didn't point it out, but I was watching it. Every time Holly tried to move to her right, Cyborg would trap her, boom, stop real quick, and force her right back, going to the right, and it was just beautiful to watch, man. And she had good counterpunching, good defense tonight. Cyborg, she was just always just out of range from Holly's punches. Like Holly would, and then this is another thing Holly kept doing that was just crazy to me. Like, she kept announcing her punches.
Absolutely.
She kept going, ha, 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 ha. Like, why do that?
Yeah.
Why announce your punches? Why scream and then throw your punches? I just didn't know why she was doing that, because every time Holly would scream, you knew at least 2 strikes were coming. Absolutely. So it was easy for a Cyborg to defend against that.
That's a great point.
That's a great point.
He does do that.
Now, I got one for General. I want to ask Brittany this first, and I have one for General and Coach. I want to ask Brittany, as a fighter, we see fighters, a lot of us, we're into the boxing game and the MMA game. We see fighters like Adrian Broner, Devin Alexander, different boxers that do that a lot. Now we see Holly doing the ha ha ha, like announcing her punches. Can you give us from a fighter's perspective why fighters do that? Can you shed a little light on that for us?
I think it comes from what style, because I know she has a Taekwondo karate style, and I know they kind of make noises, and it's kind of a I don't know how to explain it. You know how if you breathe really hard when you hit harder, it's kind of like that. You put more oomph into it. But I do agree with 78. She really was announcing it, but I think it kind of comes with the style, because I notice karate people do that, or not all Taekwondo people do it. Like I don't see Northcutt do that, or what is it, Wonder Boy? I don't see him do that. So I think it kind of comes with depending on the style, and I think that's kind of why she does that. But I really don't know why people do that, because it does give away. And just to add to that too, she kept doing a charge before she would even throw anything. That was driving me crazy. True. It was like, throw a jab with that if you're going to come in, because, you know, before you throw something or run in there, throw something. Like, so I have no idea. I can't answer that for you. I don't know why people do that.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. But now, do you think it's something that can be, do you think once you fighters have something in you, is that something you can just fix, or is that too hardwired into you as a fighter?
With how long she's done that style, it probably would take a lot. She would really have to work on not doing that. So I don't think it's like just don't make a noise, you know, tell her stop making that noise when you go out there. I think that just kind of comes natural. Yeah. If you've been doing it, so she would have to work on it. And I don't think it's really bad if you're putting oomph on it, but when you do it before you're even swinging anything, it's like, that's where I feel like it's really bad.
Yeah, great point. See, great insight, Brittany. See, Brittany, that's what you bring. That's what you bring to this. You bring that professional insight. I'm loving it. Now, Coach, I have one for you in general. I have a question for you guys. First, let's shout out a few people here in the comment section. We got Blood. We got Brian Jensen in the house. We got, I saw TC. I saw TJ. Everybody's in here. I saw Mary. We got all of our people in here showing love. You guys hit that like button as you come in. Again, we got General Africa in the house. We got 78 Sports in the house. We have Brittany, the professional fighter, here in the house. We got your man, Coach, here in the house. Now, General, 78 was speaking on, you know, the things that surprised him about Cyborg. You and I didn't get to speak about this before the fight. I don't know what your pre-fight prediction was, but did you know that Cyborg had the kind of game to where she could actually outdo Holly in a technical fight, or were you surprised for yourself?
Well, you know, first off, I started looking at watching women's MMA probably a couple months ago, maybe a little bit, maybe close to a year ago, and Coach really got me into that. And one of the first fighters that I really started paying attention to was Cyborg, and I started kind of building, I guess you could say, attaining more knowledge about the MMA game. And I started to pick up on some of the things that Cyborg does, and to 78's point, when it comes to foot placement and stuff like that. I mean, in my opinion, Cyborg cuts off the ring better than a good amount of boxers out there. She has a lot of knowledge, so I wasn't too surprised about her strategy and how she functioned inside the ring. I didn't know whether I had her knocking Holm out. I thought she would knock her out, but I'm not surprised that she did, win on points and stuff like that. But, I've been watching Cyborg for a while now. And, she's one of those fighters that she's a gym rat. She trains all year round. And, this is her profession, and she doesn't play with it. So, she's really a student of the game. So I wasn't really too surprised about that. And to 78's earlier point about Holly's grunting, I felt like Ali's old trainer, Muhammad Ali's old trainer, not the trainer, the fight doctor, Freddie Pacheco. I was like, man, she's grunting a lot, man. It kind of reminded me, but some boxers do that, Thurman and Keith Thurman will do that, and what's the Amir Khan does it a lot. I've sparred. I've never, my brother did amateur boxing. I'm really into boxing. I'll spar, but I've never really done it to that serious extent. I think some fighters do it, some don't. But I think that when it gets to the point where Holly was doing it, yeah, you're announcing it now, and you're expending, to me, from what I saw, a lot of energy. She was really, like I said, they said she's announcing it now, like you know it's coming. Like
absolutely.
Once you hear that, okay, it's a leg, it's a kick coming towards your head, and that's why Cyborg was dodging them boys by about a foot. You know, she was, that's another thing. She was spending a lot of energy with those kicks, man. A lot. Imagine throwing a punch and missing it, how much energy you expend. Now imagine those kicks, and then I don't know what, coach, you can tell me. That kick where you kick out and then you move it at the end, like kind of like I forgot what she tried. Yeah, she tried it once.
Talking about a hook kick?
Yeah, exactly. And she's doing that, and she's doing the ha before that, and it's just like, it's a lot of energy spent, man. It's a lot.
Yeah, you know, man, I kind of figured, you know, Cris was gonna pick up on it soon, cause see, you know, I go back and I got a video, man, I've been working on, and you know, it's called Miesha Tate Don't Get Enough Credit for Her Defense, you know, and basically it shows all the angles how Miesha Tate completely render Holly almost defenseless. Like Miesha Tate defense was on point that night. She didn't have the striking to deal with Holly Holm. She didn't have it, but her defense was on point. And a lot of the strikes that they said that she was getting hit with, she was blocking them, she was ducking them, she was moving back. You know, she was stepping to the side. And you know, Holly really deals with people that can cut off the octagon. And again, you know, it's those counter punches too as well. But Miesha Tate was so defensive that she was able to get an angle. You know, and when she took the angle on Holly Holm, that was it. You know, the takedown was inevitable. But you know, Holly was telegraphing a lot of those kicks. So Cris saw those coming. She saw all of them coming. She got caught with one, and Cris shook it off and kept coming forward. And it's kind of like fighting her. You're trying to get space. Okay, fighting Cris Cyborg is more of a mental battle versus a physical battle. See, Cris pretty much won the mental battle in the octagon. Even though Holly performed well, Cris mentally won the fight because she kept cutting off. She kept the pressure. She didn't stop, you know. She was catching Holly with counters, and Holly was trying to come up with different ways. Well, she kept doing the same thing, and she was getting frustrated as well because they kept saying, "Well, Cris is frustrated." I'm like, "Well, Cris is just taking a rest. She don't want to, you know, she don't want to try to shoot this low. You know, that's what we say in boxing. You know, she don't want to do that. So that's, you know, I guess that's my small breakdown. But when that video come out, you guys will see how Miesha Tate did almost a similar thing defensively when it came to Holly Holm.
Now, Coach, while you talking, Coach, I want you to keep talking because we got somebody in the comment section want a little heat. The heater is on. We're going to turn the heat on for a little bit. If you guys, you know, Coach said a lot before the fight. If you guys keep it respectful, if you have some questions, some things you want to ask Coach about, you want to ask 78 or Brittany, anybody here, Mia, keep it respectful. But, Coach, we got Flower Child came out, and Flower Child said, out of shape Tanya Evinger lasted 3 rounds with Cyborg. What does that tell you? I guess Flower Child is saying now Holly went 5 rounds with Cyborg, so I'm guessing Flower Child is not that impressed. Coach, what do you have to say back to that? Let's go.
First of all, Tanya Evinger is she's gonna be a future Hall of Famer. Tanya Evinger also got 9 submissions and 8 knockouts. So when you look at somebody who can submit you or knock you out, first of all, why would Cyborg be dumb enough to go to the ground with Tanya Evinger when she could have got submitted? It's called the fight game. It's not called the stupid game. Okay. So she finished her. Okay, she finished her. Okay, she got the finish against a trailblazer. I mean, how you gonna explain it? First of all, let's get your facts straight. Let's understand facts and let's understand emotion. Okay. Fact is, Cris Cyborg finished Tanya Evinger. Fact is, Cris Cyborg wasn't dumb enough to try to go to the ground with Tanya Evinger. Why would she do that? Why would she do that and get submitted when you know that Tanya Evinger, even on her back, she could submit you? I mean, how you gonna explain it?
Flower Child, come on, Flower Child. Coach just answered. We looking to say something back. Again, the heater is on. If you guys have a question, if you want to ask Coach something, ask it. But again, we say keep it respectful tonight. Keep it respectful tonight. I want to ask this to Coach. I want to keep it going with you one more time because
Coach is afraid to send out a link now too.
Wait a minute. Say it again. Say it again.
Who's afraid to send out a link now?
I said, yeah, we'll send a link out in a second for people to jump on.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Coach will do that. You're right about that.
Look, I gave these guys, Coach. I gave these guys 4 days. These Joanna Young J-Check fans to come in and say whatever they wanted to say to me, and live. And you know what? Then none of them show up. So man, you know they can type, but see, you don't have access to information behind your keyboard. See, you got to do it off the dome. Let's see how you fare against the Dome.
And, and that's
Go
right.
Ahead, Go ahead, General. You got something
right quick. It's the same thing. You know, people have their fighters. I don't know this person, but you know, it sounds like that same thing. It's like with Wilder. You know, well, to the 8th round, it was a close fight. But what happened? He got knocked out. Same thing with Cyborg. Oh, to the 5th round and the 5th round, what happened? You know, same thing with Nunes. Oh, well, she fought Shevchenko twice. So it's like, what's the point of having some of these discussions? But I'll kick it back to you guys.
No, that's all good. We love that. Brother Coach, let me ask you this real fast, Coach, because a lot of people want to know this. A lot of people are asking this question of you, Coach. Are you now, after the fight, people think, I know you don't think, I know 78 knows, I know General knows, even Brittany knows this, Mia knows this, that you are not a Holly hater, but most people are getting the perception that you are. We know you're not. But people want to know, are you willing or are you going to give Holly some props? We know you did earlier. But for the new people, do you want to give Holly props? Did Holly do anything good or surprise you in this fight, Coach?
First of all, Eric, let's tell these people that's stupidity. I got 24 videos in defense of Holly Holm. I called ESPN for 14 days because she wasn't getting aired after she knocked out Ronda Rousey. Now, hey, how about we ask some of these same people? Where was your phone call to ESPN when the coach was on the battle lines? Calling ESPN every day. No, you were typing me a message on the keyboard is what you was doing. See, the coach was getting busy. You was sitting back typing a message to me. And most of you type these soliloquies. I mean, you type a long soliloquy like I'm supposed to read all that crap. No, I'm not going to read all that crap. Okay? Now, Holly Holm, I mean, I gave her credit. What else do y'all want me to do? I think she got beat in this fight. I think Cris Cyborg outlanded her. And look at the stats. Cris Cyborg landed more strikes, like what, 2 times as many strikes. How am I hating? It's a fact. I gave her props. Wait a minute, let me count. I got 11 videos saying that if Holly Holm goes 5 rounds of Cris Cyborg, it's really a victory. And this is going to be a profitable endeavor for Holly Holm. I said that. I don't know what these people want me to do. Yeah, what y'all want me to do? Sing a song, cry a river?
Well, you don't have to go back 11 videos. It's right here on this video. So it is
there
what
you
it is.
There you go.
How they gonna explain that?
How they gonna explain? I see Stamina MC in the house. What's up, Stamina? Also, I saw my man K Black Boxing come through. Y'all go subscribe to that channel. Love that brother's channel. Shout out to you, K Black. Shout out to you, Brittany. Let me ask you this, and we don't want to hold you too long. We know you're doing your family thing right there, so we thank you for even being here with us this long. I want to ask you one more question here. I know you are a Holly fan. I got one for 78 after this, but I know you're a big Holly fan, Brittany. And what is it about Holly's fighting style? As a fan of Holly, a two-part question.
Okay.
The first question is, as a fan of Holly, did she make you proud tonight with the way she fought Cyborg? The second thing is, what is it about Holly and her fighting style that drew you to her as far as being a fan of Holly?
So one, she did make me very proud because she lasted all 5 rounds with her, even with the damage that she took, because we cannot deny that she took some damage. So I'm very proud of her with how she handled the power of Cyborg, because that girl is strong, and she showed her strength too, to even be able to reverse being on the cage. So yeah, I'm very proud of her. What attracted me to Holly is her Taekwondo background. My dad's a black belt in Taekwondo, and that's where I started wanting to fight, was because of him. So her Taekwondo kicks and that type of style is what really attracted me to her, and her personality. She's a Christian and she's humble, and I love great fighters who are humble. I don't like the people with the big mouths and who are cocky. Sorry, that's my oldest. But she's very humble. So on top of the style, it's not just that, it's personality that attracted me to her.
Awesome answer. Love it. Now, 78, we talk a lot of times, and this goes with the boxing thing. So I want you to kind of kick some knowledge for our listeners right now, because you spoke about Holly's chin. And what are the different things? Because people say either you're born with a chin or you're not. So do you think, is it part just the fighter having heart and having being stubborn? What are the things that go into a fighter saying, I'm going to bite down and I'm going to show a chin and I'm going to hang in here? Because we saw Holly do that tonight.
Well, I think to a degree, it is to a degree, it's kind of how you're built. how you're structurally built, but also from what you're talking about as far as the desire. I mean, you gotta want, if you want to win, you know what I mean, then you're not gonna be denied. I mean, you're gonna keep fighting. If you want to, you know, like what Holly Holm did tonight, I was impressed because she was getting tagged. You know what I mean? She was getting tagged, and she stayed in there. She didn't bail out. She didn't say her hand was hurting and wanted to quit the fight. You know what I mean? She stayed in there. She fought, and you know, I salute her for it, because in boxing, you know, you see these dudes, you know, as soon as they get tough, they don't want no smoke. You know.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
You know, so I salute her. You know, she took her beating. You know, and she tried to win. She was in the fight. It wasn't like she got stomped. You know, she was in the fight. You know, and she was losing the rounds closely. You know what I mean? It wasn't like she was just getting dominated, destroyed. I thought what was it the last round? If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the last round where she hit Cyborg with a good left hand, and Cyborg just pounced on her like she would just. Cyborg just wouldn't be denied. Now after I said, man, that's it, man, because I know Holly has to be feeling like, man, I can't get this chick, can't get her out of here. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And 78, keep it going, man. Keep sharing this knowledge. We got 78 Sports right here. What does that do to a fighter, 78, when you hit a fighter like just like that that moment you mentioned when Cyborg did land that left and Cyborg pounced right on her? Tell the people what that does to a fighter when you throw your best stuff and that fighter just eats it and jumps right back on you.
Well, it's a gut check time. You know what I mean? It's just you're gonna figure out, you know, is this really what I want to do? You know, do I want to be in this situation? Because if you're hitting somebody with everything you got and they're still coming at you, I mean, you know, you start getting into that Rocky movie zone. You know what I mean? Where you kind of like, all right, well, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? So you start questioning yourself. You know, a lot of fighters in boxing, a lot of people we've seen have quit, you know, when times get hard like that. But, you know, Holly Holm she stayed with it. You know what I mean? She didn't get discouraged, or she didn't show it. You know what I mean? She kept trying to win. She kept trying to throw combinations. I just wish she would have not been doing so much of that, announcing her work, you know. And I do understand in traditional martial arts forms, you know, they talk to and all, you know, all of that stuff. You know, it's supposed to generate power and also protect you. You know, this is what I was told, you know, back when I was doing martial arts. You know, it's supposed to protect you, you know, when you're blowing out, you know what I mean, you're releasing that out. So if you're getting hit in the gut while you're throwing a punch or something, it's not going to knock the wind out of you, you know what I mean? So, but the problem is when you translate that into a fight like an MMA fight, or a kickboxing match where it's not traditional anymore. Now, because see, especially in those tournaments, like karate tournaments, it's good for that. You know what I mean? Because you got a referee who might not be able to see if a punch landed or not. And when you, you know, you put your hand in the air and they can kind of say, okay, I think that punch landed, whatever. You know, it's like a point system. But in MMA, that's not really a good look, man. They got to stop doing that because, you know, Holly was doing it not while the punches were mid-flight. She was doing it before she even started throwing the punch.
Yeah, before they came.
Yeah, and so that's. I mean, a lot of fighters don't know that they're doing that. Like Keith Thurman in boxing, like he winds up his punches before he. Like, if somebody told him, "Hey Keith, you gotta stop doing this. Look at this tape. You're winding up your punches." But he's been doing it for so long and getting away with it. It's like a habit now. He'll wind up his punches before he get ready to throw his right hand. He shows it and then he throws it. But you know, if you can do it, nobody capitalizes off of it, then keep doing it.
That's right.
Now, there's actually a video of him doing that, Thurman. I don't know if you've seen it, him hitting the heavy bag, and everybody in the comments making. If you guys look up Keith Thurman hitting the heavy bag, you'll see it. And it perfectly shows the Sunday was talking about. He's really winding up and everything. It was like Yep. So yeah, a lot of these fighters, I think that they, for whatever reason, whether it's karate or just them, you know, how, you know, they develop that habit, and it's okay for some. For others, it kind of, you know, like Holly Holm, it can kind of affect you in a negative way.
That's right. Now, Mia, we know we haven't heard from you in a while. Let me ask you this, Mia. What did you think about the what did you think about Holly, kind of, as we've been saying, announcing her punches? Is that something you noticed too?
Yes, it doesn't make sense before you throw it. That's just like everybody else has been saying. It's just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna punch," or the way that Holly moves, like her shoulders. Eventually, if you've been watching people, you can catch up on little things that will help tell you when they're going to punch. You're supposed to do it while you're doing it, but not right before. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I understand that totally. Coach, let me ask you this one, Coach, because we talk about this a lot of times.
Yeah.
What do you think about?
Mm.
I'm trying to see how to ask you this question the right way because I want you to give us this real good breakdown on this. What do you think about the mindset of when Holly? I asked 78 this, but when Holly takes those shots from Cyborg, then she digs deep, which Holly did do. She dug deep and she gets her stuff together and she nails Cyborg with something. Cyborg eats it. She jumps back on it. Did you actually think that Holly was going to get stopped at any part of this fight because of that pressure?
Yeah, I did at the end of I did toward the end of round 3 when Cyborg clearly had a hurt, man. And she Holly had to look like oh, okay, crap, like I better do something. But the round ended, and I thought that Cris was about to come out because Cris kind of she got hit with a shot from Holly. And Cris kind of said, okay, F it, okay, here I come, and she rushed in, but then she kind of brought it back again, she kind of brought it back to, okay, I'm gonna just be calm, I don't want to get caught with a head kick. I'm gonna be calm. I'm just pick her apart. And I don't know. I think the finishing Cyborg, everybody likes that, but I actually like this version because Cyborg, Holly, they getting older. And Cris is getting older. Like she's not the same Cris she was 2 years ago. She's not the same Cyborg she was 5 years ago. So, in order to survive, especially in MMA, you got to come up with different ways to do it besides, trying to come in because you are going to meet that one person one day that's got your number with the power, and they're going to stop you if you just rush right in and try to take them out. So she's doing what she got to do, and then you got fighters like Megan Anderson, who she running her big mouth, but Holly had the guts to get in the octagon with her. Megan, we don't know what her personal problems are because she won't tell us what it is, and it's none of our business. And it's just like 7-8 when I tell you about Billy Joe Saunders, like Danny Jacobs going there, Kell Brook going there. They fight the fight that these guys are supposed to fight, and they go in and do a good job. And now everybody want to call them out instead of oh, wait a minute, how come you didn't want to fight me 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Okay, now these fighters want a piece of the action, but it's gonna be different. As soon as they get in, they're gonna meet their destiny anyway. They're gonna get beat up just like they was 2 years ago.
Man.
Hey, I want to thank y'all for having me on, man. I gotta run, man. My wife getting on me about
head on out, bro.
Making all this noise, man. But all right, but hey, much love to y'all, man. Happy New Year to everybody on the panel, man.
Happy New Year to you, bro. That was 78 Sports. Subscribe to that channel. Thank you, 78, bro.
Peace, y'all.
78 leader of the LDBC, and that's where we at, the LDBC.
Right. Now, Coach, and now let me ask General this. I want to ask General this because I want to start with you, then I want to ask Brittany this question too. Now, we saw a more like a smarter technical version of Cyborg tonight. And, what people have come to kind of know and love about Cyborg is, I'm not going to even say reckless. I'm just going to say a fighter who is seems to just stalk people and stop them. General, what do you think? Do you think this version of Cyborg is going to be as marketable to the fans? Or do you think for her to keep going, she's going to have to be more reckless? Do you think Cyborg can sell as a more technical fighter? What do you think about that?
I think Cyborg has a very strong fan base, loyal fan base. I think that to Coach's point, I think that as long as she continues to come out there and fight and give it her all, she'll be all right. She's getting older, and so she can't really do some of the things. Now, from my point of view, my opinion, it would have been nice to see a knockout just because I know that it was, how much it meant to her, but at the same time, it's like, you're not always going to have that knockout, and she has to work on other things. And, like I said before, Holly, well, Coach said, she steps up to the competition now. So, but I think that as long as she keeps on doing what she's doing, and plays it smart, she'll be all right. She'll keep on, you know, she's gonna be able to come out of this comfortable. You know, that's the ultimate goal. Yeah. At the end of the day, is after your career that you're gonna be able to live comfortably and to not worry. And I think that, you know, she hustles anyway, like coaches said before, you know, she has the gym and stuff like that. But you know, I think that as long as she continued, this fight was big for her. You know, she fought Holly and she won. And you know, who knows? There might be. I think people are gonna call for a rematch, and I wouldn't mind seeing that. I actually like to see. I think that Cyborg Group would get her out of there quicker. Honestly, because I see, and no disrespect to Holly Holm, but she's starting to really slow down, and it's, you know, her age and just the wear and tear. You see Misha Tate's gone, and Holly Holm has been in some battles, man.
Yeah,
that's
a rematch. Yeah.
Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, go ahead, Coach.
That's what I worry about. She's been in like a lot of wars, you know, and see, people don't understand, like when you get knocked out, like when you get brutally knocked out in a fight, it actually takes time off your career, and you have to recover. You know, you gotta, like, people don't get, like, getting knocked out is serious, you know, because, you know, not only did you physically remove time from your career, but now you got to mentally, you know, get back into it, because now you're not confident in your chin anymore. You know, it's not, you know, your chin is there and you got caught, but you're not confident anymore, you know. And then, you know, too, you know, when you take successive losses or getting beat, that stuff add up, you know. And, you know, she took a beating from Valentina. You know, she took a beating from Jermaine Durandame. You know, she got choked out and put to sleep by Misha Tate. So that stuff adds up. And then, you know, y'all saw her face, man, her eye, like that right hand of Cyborg is no joke, you know. And at first I was thinking, you know what? If Holly keep on, you know, she might break her orbital bone. Like it was looking like one of those orbital bone injuries. But this is it's gonna add up. Like, she didn't just go in there and take some shots and say, oh, she'll be okay tomorrow. No, it's gonna add up, man. It's gonna add up, and hopefully, you know, she just kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know how much longer she's gonna try to fight.
And I agree with that. I want to ask Brittany if she's still with us. You know, we won't hold you guys too much longer. We know it's late for everybody tonight, but I want to ask Brittany. Okay, Brittany, I wanted to ask you this: do you, as a Holly fan, as a fighter yourself, when you see Holly, I think Holly's 36 now. Do you think she's nearing the end? You saw her face was really busted up tonight. Do you see Holly going on much further? What do you think?
I'll always be one to say age is nothing but a number. But the heart that Holly has, I think she's going to give it a few more shots. And I think if they do keep not going in her favor, I think she might hang it up.
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking, because even as a fan, and I don't know, Coach, you can tell me this, is that damage that we saw on Holly's face, of course it was because of the power of Cyborg, but like, what happens, Coach, when you get struck? See, sometimes you can pay. And I know everybody on the panel knows what I mean when I say this. Sometimes your good chin can actually cause you damage in the long run. Coach, break down for everybody what happens when Cris Cyborg is just wailing on you like that. You feel that over the next 2 months of your life, right?
Yeah, you feel it. Well, you know, sometimes the damage, you know, it don't go away. Like sometimes you can be outside in the cold. Like, you know, I've broken my nose, you know, boxing. I've broken that, you know, several times. So now, you know, when the weather changed, or when it's really cold, you know, when my nose been broken. So I was like, dang, you know, I can feel that, you know. Or, you know, if you got kicked in the knee, like somebody put me in a knee bar, you know, like a while ago, and, you know, my knee, you know, snapped. Okay, well, guess what? When the weather changes, or, you know, you just feel it. Sometimes when you're trying to exercise, you feel it. Like some of that damage, you know, it's going to stick with you, you know. And she'll heal up, her face will look better, you know, in about a week or two. But, you know, the mental damage that it did, and it's just, you know, you never really completely heal when you take that kind of damage. You just kind of you kind of live with it. You do what you got to do to keep fighting. But, you know, if she, you know, Holly, you know, turns 37, and by the time she's 39, if she's still fighting, and if she fight the way she fights now, and she keep getting caught with right hands from people, it's gonna go from her just getting lit up by, you know, somebody gonna like sleep her. I'm talking about like she's gonna be laid out in the middle of the octagon. That's what's gonna happen. So she gotta, you know, either make some changes, you know, really develop the grappling game so she can have a break, you know, so she don't have to take as much punishment, you know. like so she can actually get on the ground and avoid some of those blows. Because if she keep trying to be a kickboxer in the octagon, it's going to end up bad. Because I keep telling people that the Jarena JoJo Bars fight was very significant, you know. And I tell people the reason why that fight was so significant because I was saying that look, Cris Cyborg has faced one of the best strikers in the world, and so many people dismissed Jarena JoJo Bars because it was a Muay Thai fight. But I'm like, Holly is going to do similar to a kickbox. That's what she's going to do. I mean, did you see Holly try to attempt a takedown? No. This is what I broke it down and told you. This is the fight that you got. It's a kickboxing match inside the octagon. That's what it was. There were no takedowns. It was straight. Okay, who got the best hands? Who got the best feet? You know, who got the best leg? That's it. And Cris Cyborg, because she's had that experience facing, and I kept saying, okay, you know, Gina Carano, okay, is a world. She was a world Muay Thai champion, American. You know, for a woman, do you know that to get one of those, you have to know how to strike. Okay, there's no way around it. You cannot be a world Muay Thai champion if you don't know how to strike. If your stand up is garbage, it's not gonna happen. Okay, and then you had and then now you had Jarena JoJo Bars, who's 44-0 in Muay Thai. Okay, Cyborg went 5 rounds with her, so I'm like, well, what are they talking about? Cyborg cardio is gonna be fine. She went 5 rounds with Jarena, so she's gonna go 5 rounds with Holly. Well, you know, what about the head kick? Well, she got dropped because Jarena is a bigger woman. Cyborg ate them head kicks and knees, got back up. I'm like, it's not going to be a head kick that finished Cyborg. You're not going to knock out. You're going to have to outcorner and strategize to beat Cyborg. But now I even did a breakdown on how to beat Cris Cyborg. I got all this stuff broken down. The only thing that I didn't predict correctly, like I said, the knockout would happen by round 3 or 4. That's the only thing I missed. But everything that I said about this being a kickboxing match in the octagon, it was spot on.
You were right on the money on that. Now I want to ask this, and then after this, Coach, we have to address the elephant in the room. Comment section, here it comes. They probably know the fighter I'm talking about, one of Coach's other favorite fighters. But I want to ask Mia this real quick. Mia, do you think that Holly should hang him up? Do you think she's getting close to that point? What do you feel about Holly moving forward, Mia?
Honestly, like we said, she has taken a lot of damage in the sport, and she would probably want to go out on a win, though, although I don't think any of us want to see her knocked out on the ground. So if she wants to, it's really all her choice, but we all know that she's not 40, but at the same time, we know that her years are waning. So our Cyborg, she's like 32 right now, and Holly's 36, I think.
Yeah. And I think that's real good. Brittany, let me ask you this real quick before we jump to this, because you're a fighter. So whose call should that be? Is that the fighter and their family? Because a lot of times fans, we can always say, hey, we think this, we think this, we think this. Whose call should it really be? Should it be the fighter's call when they're ready to hang them up?
I think it should be the fighter's call, because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to feel satisfied. And if you hang it up, I mean, obviously, if you have a family, you got to consider their feelings too. But ultimately, it has to be your decision, because if you quit because somebody else told you to, you might look back years later and say, man, I should have fought. You know, I should have did 1 more. I should have did 2 more. So I think the fighter has to feel fulfilled, and like, I did as much as I could. I put it all out there, and you know, I wouldn't change a thing. So I think it's ultimately the fighter's decision. But I wanted to go back and answer one of your questions. I think you asked someone else this, but my computer died and I wanted to jump in and answer. But you asked about Cyborg not being as promotable because she's a little bit calmer now. And I think you're always going to have people who aren't happy with how a fighter performs, whether how they change their style or whatever. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't like it. But I think you're going to have people who are smart and look at the fight game with all the different aspects of what it takes to be a really good fighter. And they're going to respect what she's doing. She's being smarter. She's thinking about what she's doing. But then you're also going to have those bar fight fans who just want to go, you know, people just knock each other out and throw all these haymakers and not have really any talent to what they're doing. They just want to see people get hit. But they're the same ones that won't hop in the ring themselves. So I think you're going to see a mixture of fans, to be honest, of who's happy with this Cyborg and who's not happy with that Cyborg. But I just wanted to answer because I thought that was a really good question.
And that was a great answer too, by the way, Brittany. Great question. It was better than the question. The answer was better than the question. So Coach, we got to do it now. Comment section, we got to do it. We have to do this. I only have a few more minutes, so I have to finish this like this. Let's talk about Megan Anderson, Coach. Can we please talk about Megan Anderson right now?
Oh yeah, we can talk about me.
Comment section, are y'all ready? Y'all keep bringing her name up.
But
So let's talk about it.
I'm looking at her Twitter. She really hadn't said anything like off the wall. She just said, "Look, great fight, ladies. Congrats, Cris, on retaining your belt. I think there's only one fight to make now against a legit featherweight." Now, see, Eric, this, and I kind of got ahead of you. I'm sorry, man. So go ahead and ask the question, because I know how.
No, you're right there. You're right there. You always know where I'm going. I just want to know, because we saw her on her podcast. What's the name of her podcast? Somebody in the comment section help me. Aussie and
Laura Sanko, Stanko. Laura, you know, hey man, I'm trying to figure out.
Somebody knows. Somebody knows out there. They don't want to tell me.
Aussie something. I know.
Aussie. I just wanted to shout out their podcast, because they have a podcast. I just wanted to shout it out. But Coach, she said on the podcast like a day or so ago, she said that she don't even really want to talk. When she was giving her breakdown, she said, "I just want the winner." Aussie and Fancy. There it is. Thank you, Dale. Shout out to the Aussie and Fancy podcast. So she said that she wants the winner. Cris Cyborg said she'll come to Australia and give her that work. So, Coach, do you think we are finally getting ready to see Cris Cyborg versus Megan Anderson? What do you think, Coach?
Well, Eric, let's go ahead and let's get some laughter going on this panel. I think everybody's too serious right now. Let's get a little bit of laughter. You know, I remember in a movie Tupac said, "Hey, little man got heart now, don't he? Little man got heart now, don't he?" Well, you know, little Megan got heart now, don't she?
She ready,
now
Coach.
She got heart. Now Megan want to throw down. Now she want to throw down. Like what? You know what? How about 3 months ago when this fight's supposed to be made at UFC 214 or 209? No, one of the UFCs. And I got personal stuff going on, guys. It's not your business. I can't tell. You know, like what? But I was signed to take this fight, and you know, and she been hating on Mackenzie Dern. She been hating on a lot of people, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So you saying that Cris's stand-up is bad, but you know she took a spinning back fist from Charmaine Twig, who 39 going on 60. I mean, how is she gonna explain all of this? See, this is what I'm saying. You know, listen. You know, I rode with Megan for a long time. I got so many Megan Anderson videos. People say, "Coach, just don't, you know, you hating on Megan." I'm not hating on Megan. I just want her to put up and shut up. That's what I want her to do. I want her to stop talking. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, you got a little bit of confidence. Okay. You saw Cris in a fight that, you know, she went 5 rounds. Now you got some confidence. But here's the thing, y'all. She can't beat Holly. She wouldn't have beat Jermaine. She can't beat Holly. First of all, let's just break it down, okay? If she think that she was going to stand with Holly Holm, because that's what she was saying. Oh, well, you know, I can stand with Holly Holm. Really? You can? Wait a minute. Charmaine Twig, who's slow? I mean, she's old, though. She's an older version of herself. She's not in her prime. So you mean a darn 40-year-old fighter almost finished you, right? But then you saying that you can penetrate, you can get through Holly's stand-up. Like, no, you can't. You cannot. Holly Holm would end Megan Anderson. Megan Anderson would not know what to do in that fight. She couldn't beat Jermaine. She wouldn't beat Jermaine. So now at least Cris. See, Megan want to get the notoriety and go straight to the top. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So when she come in,
Coach, now, Megan did say before the fight that I want the winner. She get any props from you for that? She did say before how she didn't know how the fight was going to turn out. She said, "I just know I want the winner." Did she get any props for that, Coach?
Now, I'm going to give her 10% props only because, you know, I'm going to give her some props. I'm going to do that. And the reason why I'm going to give her some props, because she didn't completely turn and tuck tail and run like Jermaine. Like Jermaine is out of there. They both ducked Cyborg, but Jermaine ain't said nothing, okay? Megan, at least she's saying, you know, it took a while. I watched that podcast. I went to the 28-minute mark, and who was that sent that to me? It was NSF TV. He said, "Look at the 28." As soon as they mentioned Cris Cyborg's name, Megan got this look on her face like, are we really going to talk about her? But then Megan also broke it down. Megan said, "Look, you know, Holly not going to win this fight." And Megan came right out and said it. She's not going to win. And, you know, she broke it down and said, Holly is not the toughest fight for Cris. But I disagreed on that point. I'm like, well, I don't know, Megan, because it's not going to be you. Yeah, you know, that's fine. She can get the winner. But now she wants to win her. Now it's almost like everything's a little bit convenient out, Eric. Everything's convenient. Everything, you know, when she saw the sparring with Cris, when she saw Cris and um, Cris and Clarissa Shields,
Yeah.
they were sparring. She said Cris looked vulnerable, and I wanted to send her a message, but you're not Clarissa Shields. I mean, what make you think you can do that? Because you're not a high level striker. It's so much stuff that I would love to debate her on, and where she gets her theory. Because I would sit here and debunk all of that stuff. I would debunk her, and like it would take me 5 minutes to do it. Easy.
Now, Coach, I knew you was gonna be hard. That's why I asked everybody was they ready. General Africa, let me ask you this, man. Let's say you have a fight.
Here, I'm sorry, I mean,
go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. If you got some more, go ahead.
But you remember? I mean, I know you remember, dude. Who was riding shotgun for Megan on this? Who was it? It was me. It was me, man. I was the main one pushing Megan Anderson. I said she's not afraid of anybody, and it really irritated me. You know, as a fan, and I know I'm not getting in there with Cyborg. I'm not. I know I don't do these things anymore. But you know, don't say you want to fight the best and then say, well, you know, I got stuff going on, and the fans. I don't give a damn about the. Oops, sorry, PG-13 channel. I don't give a damn about the fans. That's it. I'm done.
Well, Coach, General, I gotta ask you this, Coach, Coach is doing this thing with Megan. We knew he was gonna do it, but let's. I'm just gonna ask General this. Let's say you have a fighter who was maybe nervous about fighting another big time fighter, but then the big time fighter might look a little vulnerable, go to decision. You know, like sometimes when Triple G went to decision, you know, they said some people wanted to fight him after Danny Jacobs did. I think they said Canelo was ready after he saw Danny Jacobs get him to decision. Do you still give the fighter any props for stepping up and saying, fine, because at least the fighter is finally coming out and saying it? Or do you say, no, if you didn't want to fight them when you thought they were invincible, no props to you when you finally say you want to fight?
Well, okay. So it's kind of layers to it because, you know, you see that a lot. My thing with, and I might not be a good one to follow up, Coach, because I kind of, you know, I'm still learning a lot about you know, women's MMA, and I'm learning about a lot of the fighters, but already, you know, before I've even really gotten a good chance to learn about Megan, it's too much. It's too much of the Twitter. It's too much of the one thing I really like about Cyborg and Holm and a lot of other fighters, you know, Marion Renault and so many others. They go out there and fight, man. I mean, there are times when it's like, okay, that's a duck. I mean, it's just cut and dry. It's a duck.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a duck. And then now you're coming out and you're kind of saying you want to fight, but I mean, it's not like a really direct call out. So it's like you're leaving it up in the air, and it's too, you never know what she really wants to do. And it's like, I'm not going to be sitting here guessing about you. You know, do you want to fight or not? And it seems like she doesn't want to fight. And then, like Coach said, she talks about, you know, she's quick to go on to Twitter and talk about, the sparring with Shields and this and that. But like, well, you talk a real big game, but can you cash that check? And it's like, there's this one, you know, Mike Tyson, he's good for Colts, but he once said to this one fighter, he's like, just, you know, sign the contract, big boy. You know, just sign the contract. Just sign the contract. If you want to fight, just sign the contract.
Just sign the contract.
It's simple. Yeah. And it's just too much talking. It's too much Monday morning quarterback. So, you know what I mean? And it's like, if you want to fight, just fight. You know?
Great answer, man.
And I looked at a little bit of her stuff, and she has talent. I don't think that she wins. And it's like, if you don't think that you can win, you don't want to fight her, just say that. Just say you don't want to fight her, and that'll be the end of it. But don't be like kind of half on the fence, and then you jump off of it, you jump back on, and then you had the nerve to say, well, I get it. You know, we're human. People have stuff going on. But it's like, you know, if it sounds like a duck, looks like a duck, you know, whatever the saying is, it's probably a duck. And it's like, you know, we have a sixth sense about certain things. And it's like, sometimes you don't want to pull the trigger and say, well, yeah, this person's full of it. But, you know, you see these signs, and it's just like, okay, you know, whatever. I'll let you say it was personal, whatever. We don't need to know about. But it's just too many factors. You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
Yeah.
I just want to see you fight. And if you don't want to fight, I don't want to force you into the ring. I can't force you to the ring. So what's the point of talking? You're
basically saying just get out of the gray area. If you want to fight, fight. If you don't. That's what you're basically saying. That's it. And I love that answer. Now, Brittany, we won't put you on the spot like that. We know you're a fighter, so we're not going to put you on the spot like that. But I do want to ask Brittany this. When you look at the Megan Anderson thing and all the talking, do you feel like she really wants to fight Cyborg, or do you think this is something that's not really going to happen?
I think she kind of wants to fight her. I think the idea of fighting her sounds good, but when it comes down to actually fighting her, I think it's gonna be like, whoa, I actually have to do this. Like I actually have to back up what I've been saying. So I feel like the idea is great, but we'll see if it actually is presented what's gonna actually happen. That's what I feel. I feel like it's easier to talk than actually do it.
And that's so true. And I think a lot of people feel like that. Mia, how do you feel about this? Do you look at Megan Anderson now and say, okay, she saw Holly take Cyborg the distance. She knows that Cyborg is not going to necessarily knock out everybody she fights. Now she's ready. Or do you think Megan is still really not going to fight Cyborg next?
This might be a bad analogy right now or comparison, but I'm going to use it anyway.
Go for it.
Right now, Megan reminds me of the U.S. when it comes to war. If you think about it, it's such a good idea. And when they almost get there, they pull back and walk away.
Oh my God. Are you 17 or 39 and here with these war references? That's okay. I feel you. So basically, you don't think that Megan is going to fight it. You think she's just talking about it and it's not really going to happen.
We really won't know until it actually does happen. But so far, Megan isn't helping herself.
Yeah. And I think, like I said, I myself, coach, I told you this. I told you off air that I was like, whoa, Megan actually called her out. She said she wants the winner. So I felt strong about that. I haven't heard it, coach. You said she's being cool. I hadn't been able to look at Twitter, Instagram. I don't know if she's actually saying now, I'm ready for Cris. Coach, did you say that? And let me just get this straight, coach. Did you say that Megan said there's only one fight that makes sense at featherweight, right? Did Megan call out Cyborg tonight?
Yeah, she just said, hey, the fight that need to happen, so now Megan pretty much saying, let's get this fight going, which, okay, that's gonna be good. See, it's gonna be good because Megan she physically bigger than Cyborg anyway, and so Megan believes that size that's gonna be the end all. She's gonna be able to dominate Cris physically, but man, as soon as she get hit, because Megan stand up it's not that good, and she's gonna take a lot of shots. But I do think that Megan see that, hey, you know what, I can take Cris and I can pin her against the cage, and she'll be nullified. See, I think they're gonna pick up on that, and they're gonna try to do that. So Tito Ortiz, they're gonna have to come up with a different game plan than to have Cyborg conserve energy on the cage. Like they're actually gonna have to have her use that BJJ skills and do some trips, because it was an opportunity. She could have tripped Holly. She could have tripped and took her down, but she just opted to just sit on the cage and rest, which I've never seen her actually do that. But the upper body strength of Holly Holm too, it was a factor, So they're gonna have to address that, because Cris is strong, but they gotta address, because if they don't address that, then a physically bigger person like Megan will try to do that. Like she'll try it.
Now, coach, do you think if Megan gets Cyborg against the cage, will you say that Megan could actually cause? Because like when Holly had Cyborg on the cage, she actually was just kind of, that was like you said, it was a lot like a boxing hold. She was just stalling the action.
Just holding.
Yeah, she was just
so she wouldn't get hit.
Yeah, and it was smart. I'm not hating on Holly for that at all.
Yeah.
It was a very smart tactic. But I'm saying when Megan gets her there, I feel like Megan is going to try to do damage when she gets her against the cage. Do you feel that way too, or what do you think about that?
She'll try to, but see, Megan is not as smart as Holly in the ring. Like she's not as smart. See, Holly was smart enough to know not to stand there and try to trade, because she would have got caught. Like literally, Cris Cyborg was waiting on Holly to move and try to throw something, because she was gonna hit her with an elbow. That's exactly, because you can kind of see, man, she was sticking her elbow up there, and she kept thinking that Holly was gonna throw it in, but Holly just held her. Okay, and then when Holly got a breather, she separated. She pushed Cyborg back, and she went right back to the middle of the octagon. See, Megan will try to do something dumb, like try to throw a barrage of punches, and she gonna get caught. Like she thought that spinning back fist hurt. Man, wait did she get hit? Like where did she really get crumbled, man? That girl, that right hand, she gonna get hit, and she gonna like, oh, bloody H.
Now,
what the heck happened to me? What happened? I got hit.
There you go, coach. Now, I think TC in the comment section, TC, I think this was you that said this, bro. TC spoke about the speed difference. I think that was TC. TC, if that was you, let me know. TC spoke about the speed difference, and he was saying like that the speed difference between Cyborg and Megan would be significant. Do you feel like Cyborg would be the faster fighter by a lot in that fight, Coach?
Yeah, because people said Holly was faster than Cyborg. I'm like, I don't know. I think Cyborg hands are pretty fast. You know, I think Holly's footwork is faster, but I think Cyborg actually get her shots off faster. And you know, and I said that in this fight, the footwork of Holly is going to keep her. You know, and I ain't saying like dying like she gonna dead, but it's going to keep her. It's going to either she gonna survive with that footwork or it's gonna fail it. And you know, for the most part, her footwork didn't fail her. You know, she was able to do some things, but Megan don't have that kind of footwork. Megan don't have that speed. Megan is going to try to just throw power shots, and that's not going to work. If she stand there like and go toe to toe, because that's what Cris wants. Stand there and go toe to toe. It's over. Cris is going to win those exchanges. She is. She's going to do it. Like, you know, it's kind of crazy because, you know, Gina Carano tried that. She tried it, and Gina was getting off some shots, man. She was hitting Cyborg with that right hand, and then she when you know, she backed Cris up. And then Gina tried to advance forward and get in the pocket. Gina got dropped, okay?
Oh,
She got dropped. As soon as she tried it, Cris set her up. She threw that right hand. I'm talking about threw it, split the guard. Gina Carano had to take a seat, is what I call it. Sit your butt down, Gina Carano. And Megan gonna get hurt. I'm telling you, Megan gonna get hurt.
All right, here, Coach. Wait a minute, Coach. Somebody named Illcat just jumped in here and said he's a Joanna fanboy. I don't know if Illcat is saying they want their work or not.
Oh, hey, come jump on the coach today.
Wait a minute, Illcat.
Jump on the coach today. Okay. Yeah, look, whether you like it or don't like it, you sit down, you shut up, and you fall back over there, Illcat. Hey, you come jump on the coach today, okay? Hey, I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link right now. You get on here, and me and you, we can go one-on-one.
Okay, hold on. I gotta ask Brittany something. We can't let y'all show out. We got Brittany and me on here tonight. Now, Brittany, what do you think if you look at Megan's chances against Cyborg? Do you think she has a legit shot?
No. I don't, and they're just being serious. I think Cyborg, like you guys said, she's gonna hurt her before she really can do anything. That's just my opinion. I don't think she's gonna be able to hang the way Holly did. Even though Holly got hurt, she was able to hang. I don't think Megan will be able to. At least from the people I've seen her fight, I don't think so.
And that's a good answer. What about you, Mia? What do you think are the realistic chances if that fight actually happens? What do you think are Megan's realistic chances of beating Cyborg?
Are we talking about the fight happening or the chances right now?
No, if the fight does happen.
Well, nobody can deny that size and length do play a part into giving someone trouble, although we all know that skills can also outdo that. I mean, Megan just needs to work on, I don't even know it. She's a head case. She's like a whole can of worms right now.
Well, we don't.
I mean,
go ahead.
If she got drops by a 39-year-old, what do you think is going to happen against Cyborg?
Yeah, but I will say this though, because we say this a lot, and I know Brittany touched on this earlier. Everybody is different when it comes to the age. Because look what we see Martin Renault doing. We see her in there. Pushing out. So I think that, I think it's going to come down to the chin thing. But it is fair to say that what we saw, what happened against Tweet, if Cyborg hits her with that, that's why Cyborg will be the favorite. Let's just say that's why Cyborg will be the favorite going into the fight. General Africa, when you see these type of fights, and like you said, I know you just, you're kind of, like you said, you're learning and you are doing a great job at it. You sound like you already know a lot to me, my brother. Sound like you already are expert at this. But when you see fighters, no problem, man. It's great. I love having you on here and talking to you. When you see like these fighters like Megan and these people who seem a little shook by Cyborg and it's the power thing, what do you think they need to do, like, to get ready? Like, if Megan said, I'm going to fight Cyborg, do you think they just need to, like, make up in their mind and say, look, I'm going in here, I'm just going to give it all out? Or should they have that bit of, like, I'm not going to say fear, but should they have that respectful amount of, I'm just going to be smart with this? Like, if Megan is going to do this, what mind state do you think she needs to be in to make it happen?
That's a great question, Eric. Okay, I'll put it like this. And I'll use a boxing example. So you got in one of the divisions, you got this a young brother named Tank Davis, and he's a great fighter. And then you have Lomachenko, who's he's made a lot of accomplishments in his own right. And Lomachenko's been calling out Tank. The thing is, it doesn't look like Tank wants that fight. Now, if you have a belt, you got to fight. You know what I mean? You can't just hold belts hostage. But I don't want to see a fight if the person doesn't, if one of the people don't want to do it, because you already know what the outcome is going to be. So then you ask, well, how do you get ready? And honestly, and not to get super philosophical, but it comes down to, it's not even about the fight game anymore. It's about improving yourself, saying that, like Sanvier said, if you're not gonna be denied, if you refuse to quit, if you refuse to lose, then dang it, you're not going to lose, or you're going to be carried out in your shield. So, I mean, see, this is the thing. I don't know what's going on with Megan and some of these other fighters in boxing and MMA, but if you don't have that mindset of, taking all comers and saying, well, I won't be beat. And don't get me wrong, there's practical things to this. I mean, your health and your safety and things like that. But if you have that mindset, if you don't have that mindset of, I won't be denied, then you shouldn't even be getting in the ring. So to be able to have that successful mindset to carry you, to success. And when it comes to MMA, you got to start focusing on other things. I don't like getting too preachy on people, but you got to get away a little bit from the Twitter. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
You got to hype up the fight. You got to, she's using social media. She is, and that's good. That's smart. And so she got that figured out. She has that figured out. Now, can you channel that into your training, and not only your training, but your emotional intelligence and just really work on that craft, become an expert. Because what it comes, and I'm not singling out Megan Anderson, but that's a lot of fighters, there's a lot of athletes where it's more what you say on the internet or what you say behind closed doors. But okay, well, people are going to want to see you cash that check. You see what I'm saying? And there's been a lot of fighters, and I'll finish it off with this. There's been a lot of fighters, a lot of athletes that had the talent, raw skill, but when they went up against that one fighter, that one opponent that had just as much skill, but mentally they were stronger, emotionally they were stronger. They had that peace of mind and spirit. They're going to win. They're going to win because, once you really get put in that situation where it's like, your feet are put to the fire, it's really going to promote you or expose you, for real. And that's the best way I can really put it in the long of it. You got to start working on these other things, man.
That's great.
Because you can train all day physically, but if you don't have the emotional IQ, you're not going to go anywhere.
That's right, man. That's a great answer, man. I knew you had that in you, General. That's why we kicked that question you, because I knew you had that breakdown for us.
I appreciate it, brother.
Great job, man. Brittany, let me ask you this, because I think, again, this is a very fitting question to ask you. You heard, General Africa speaking about, you can do your social media thing, but you still got to get back and you got to get in there and you got to work it. And none of us, I know General Africa wasn't doing that, and none of us were suggesting that Megan is not working. I know nobody's saying that she's not grinding. We know she's grinding, and this is not just a pile on Megan. But what do you think, Brittany, when you see fighters who are, loud and they do a lot on social media? Do you think it's good for a fighter to kind of balance that a little bit, to temper that a little bit, and have some, I'm not gonna say humility, but what do you think about fighters who just go all out on social media like that?
Personally, I'm a humble fighter, so that's kind of what I look for, is for other humble fighters. I think you should allow your fighting in the ring to speak for you more than you do on social media. And that's even if somebody's coming at you. That's just how I feel. And of course, I bring my faith aspect of being a Christian to that too. So for me, I don't think you should have to run your mouth as much as a lot of these people do to showcase that you're a good fighter. That's what should happen. That's what should happen in the ring. That's my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, and I agree with that. And I think that, you know, and like you said, everybody has their own different way of doing it. And I don't think you, Brittany, like I said, I don't think General Africa is saying that if you're gonna be the type of fighter to go on social media that it's something bad about that. But
There's
at the same
positives to
time,
it. There's
yeah, but you got to
levels
be
to
able
it.
to back it up. But you got to, like you said, it's
Right.
levels. You got to get in that octagon and make that thing happen too. It's got to come off of social media. You know, if let's use boxing. Let's talk about Adrian Broner. You know, you can do a lot of the talk there, but we need to see that. We need to see it take place, and we need to see it all come together in the ring or in the octagon. So that's where it really counts. Coach, what do you think about the whole, you know, let's say that Megan doesn't fight Cyborg next. Who do you see next with Cyborg if Megan doesn't fight Cyborg next?
Okay, if she don't fight Cyborg next, you know what? She'll either do one or two things. She'll call out Jermaine, go for Jermaine, or go for Holly. Those are the only two options. You know, like there are no more options. Because it's like if she fight anybody else, they bantamweights. You know, who's gonna come up to fight her? Because Megan really is a big girl. You know, she walk around at what 170 most of the time, 175. Megan is a big girl.
Yeah, yeah. She said
So
that I'm walking around more than 170 right now. And the thing about Megan, when Megan is at 170, she's in shape at 170. It's not like Megan's out of shape. No, she's solid and firm at 170. So like you said,
Oh, yeah.
she's a big girl. So no, but Coach, I'm glad you gave that answer, my brother. I know it's getting late.
Eric,
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna tell you that, man. You know, it is getting late.
Yeah,
And
we got it.
Erica closes out. And Brittany, you know, Brittany definitely, you know, she got to go to church in the morning. So
Yeah.
I respect that. You know, I actually got to go to. I ain't been to church for 2 weeks, so I think I probably need to go. Sit. I need to go sit beside Eric. That's what I need to do.
Come on, sit beside me, man.
Yeah. Probably get Eric to come to the promised land because he said that, you know, Holly was going to win the fight, and I told him
No,
that she
I
wasn't.
didn't.
But
No,
yeah, that's what you did.
No,
I mean,
no, I didn't, man.
yeah, you did.
Oh, you out.
Yeah, he did, and he tried
Lied on
to.
this boy.
He
He
tried.
lied on this boy.
Well, he tried to cover it up, and when he was interviewing Marion Reyno, you know, and that's, you know, Marion, that's her and Cyborg, they cool. And you know,
Man,
Eric was trying. Then Eric was trying to be pro Cyborg when Marion was on the line, but
come
then he
on,
tried to be
man.
pro Holly when Brittany was on the line.
Man,
I
Because
was
come
Brittany,
on.
just gonna say that he was pro Holly when you guys
Brittany,
interviewed.
it was, yeah,
Brittany, you are
got
believing
it,
it.
got it.
Brittany. You know what, Brittany? Brittany? I'm gonna jump forward from church tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you something that your preacher's gonna say. Don't buy the lie. Don't buy the lie, Brittany. Your pastor.
Don't worry,
gonna
Eric. I
say
got
it
your
tomorrow.
back. I got your back, brother.
Thank you,
Oh,
General.
man.
Thank you. My brother got my back over there. Coach
Man.
is not telling the truth.
He do that.
I never
Eric,
said Holly was gonna win this fight.
Eric,
This
I've
all
never told a
started.
lie. I ain't
This,
told a lie in
You
6
got to go back
hours.
to the archives.
I
yes,
ain't
we
told a
got
lie in
it.
6
We
hours.
got it. It's all on tape. Brittany, this all started because I told Coach that I thought Holly had a shot. He just flipped out on me because I said I thought Holly had a shot. So anyway, that's my boy though. God much love.
Wait a minute. Brittany is the Christian woman. What is she gonna lie for? Okay, she got the Lord. Look, you can even look at her picture. The light is shining in the picture. That's the
It
light
is.
of God, Eric.
Amen.
How are you going to
Amen.
receive what God has put on her, Eric? Right now, you sound like a heathen.
Amen. Brittany can tell you. I never said Holly was gonna win. I just said, hey, I got respect for Holly. I didn't say Holly was gonna win. I've been very careful not to say Holly was gonna win. Go check
And,
the archives, like my man General Africa said. It's on the video. I said Cyborg was gonna pick.
and Eric, you know, man, we done made Ticket TV laugh. Ticket TV don't laugh at nothing. Ticket never laughs. So the legendary Ticket TV is in the building. Ticket
Shout out to
TV.
Shout out to Ticket TV, man. That's the big bro. Big
yeah,
ticket.
for real.
But
Man.
Brittany, before you go, Brittany, you want to say anything before you hook on out of? Wait a minute. I want to say one thing, guys. Y'all follow Brittany. Brittany. Brittany got a fight coming up. She got a fight coming up. Brittany is gonna be pro soon, y'all. And we got the exclusive interviews with Brittany. Show the love because, man, I'm telling you, in 2 years, you know, I hope Brittany, you know, don't get the big head and don't want to interview with me and Eric anymore. You know,
come on, Brittany.
because she's gonna be a celebrity and be on TV.
Never.
Hey, Brittany.
Never.
I don't know. You guys, I don't know if we want to interview with y'all anymore.
No.
Y'all ain't on my level. But nah, Brittany, anything you want to say before you head out? I know you got to go.
No, first I want to thank you guys for even having me on here because I did not feel even though I fight, I don't feel as knowledgeable as you guys. I've only had one MMA fight and I have a possible coming up in March 2nd. So I'm very humbled and very grateful for having me on here with you guys and all these people who are listening. You guys have been really respectful. I've been watching the live chat too. So thank you. But if you guys do want to follow me, my fight name is War Machine, and I'm on Instagram. So if you look up War Machine 0719, I'm on there. I'm on Facebook, but not as much under Brittany Neiman. But if you go on Instagram, that's where you'll mainly see me. But I really appreciate you guys having me on here.
And
I'll
folks,
follow
I
you
will
right now,
leave-
Brittany, and I appreciate it.
and I'm going to leave the interview in the description of this. So if you guys are really rolling with Coach and you guys appreciate Brittany being on here, hey, go look at the interview. Go
That's
put a
right.
like on it. It don't cost you nothing to put a like on the interview. You
It's
know,
free.
watch as much of it as you can. Let me see how many of y'all for real. Let me see if y'all really, you know, gonna be on the Coach Shelton Harrison Wall of Fame instead of the Coach Shelton Harrison Simp Wall. I'm gonna see who gonna do this. Okay, I guarantee you, I think we can get 25 people to watch that interview. Matter of fact, I think we can get 500 more people to watch that interview.
Come on, Coach. Preach.
And thumb that video up. Thumb it up, because y'all say, Coach, don't get into the troll beef.
And Brittany,
Don't beef with
can we
trolls.
get your Instagram again one more time?
Yeah.
Just shut up.
It's my fight nickname. It's War Machine 0719.
Okay.
And I tell you what,
Sounds
when she check out, guys, I'll put it up on the screen for you, and it'll kind of help some of y'all. You know, and I'm not gonna make fun of y'all. I ain't gonna say you can't read. I think all of y'all know how to read. I think you can. But I'm going to take the time to help you, assist you in following my sister Brittany. You know, guys. Well, Brittany, I appreciate you. You know, it's been awesome having you.
Well, thank you for having me. And when I make it to UFC, all your guys' names will be coming up. So I'm gonna have you all in the front seat. So
There you go, Brittany. And
Oh,
Brittany,
yeah.
And then Brittany, you also got to tell them too that you're God. I know you making your banner, and me and Eric are helping you do that. But you're taking sponsors, right?
yeah. Anybody who wants to sponsor me, I definitely am. I'm up and coming, so I don't really have that many. Just my school and you guys now. But other than that, I don't really have many. So yeah, anybody who looks forward to sponsoring me, I'm open to sponsors.
and people, real quick, if you're sponsoring Brittany, and here's the thing: if you're sponsoring Brittany, you were thinking about sponsoring Brittany, you're following on Instagram. You're not just sponsoring, you're not just following, you're not just liking a good fighter. This is good people here. This is like a good person. This is a woman full of faith, family woman. This is a really good person to get behind. I told him we were on the show. I know everybody does when she was on our interview. Everybody does the bad guy thing. Now we need our bad guys out there. They make the sport go, but we also need to support our good guys too. And Brittany, you are one of those good people in the sport. Shout out to you. You guys sponsor her. Go follow her. Thank you so much. And General Africa heard you. I heard you. General, you heard it. She said when she goes to UFC, we on the front row. Did you hear that, General?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hold her to it.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
keep this on the archive. I won't back out of this. I'll remember.
I'll go back to the archives real
That's
quick.
right.
You
That's
know,
right.
and it'll definitely be better than Eric backing out of his position.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Coach ain't gonna let it go. He ain't gonna let off of you, Eric.
It's not even true. That's what's so bad about it. It's not even true. It's crazy.
I might be the first chaplain UFC fighter. That's gonna be interesting.
That'd be great. You want to hear
You need to lay hands on a lot of these jokers, so they need you.
Starting with Coach.
Okay, guys, and this is Brittany's Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. I have it up right now, and guys, you can see, you know, family woman, you know, God-fearing woman, you know, breaking the chains. Yep, y'all go follow. Y'all go follow. You know,
Check it out.
check it out. But guys, you know, that's good.
And I'll keep you informed on the March 2nd. It hasn't been solidified yet, but I'll let you know.
Okay. And when it's solidified, we get you back on here. We start talking it up, and you know, that's just how we do.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome, Brittany. Have a good
Yes.
night, Brittany.
You too.
See ya.
Bye.
Now,
Bye.
Coach, before we get off right here, we got another. Let's get the date out for Keith's fight. I mean, didn't Keith won his fight knockout? Did you hear about that, Coach? Keith Brown?
Yeah. Keith won. Keith won his fight. Yeah, he won his fight. I mean, okay. Well, shoot, man.
Second amateur boxing match. Keith, I think he told me it was a 3rd round TKO. I think that was last night. So
Yeah,
shout out to Keith.
Man.
Yeah, shout out to Keith Brown. If we can get him on real quick, so I got about 10, 15 minutes max. But
Okay.
shout out to him. We got a lot of talented people out here, in the comment section, and we always appreciate you guys coming through.
Okay,
Keith Brown.
Yeah, check your email real quick, Keith Brown. Check email. You know, tomorrow, boy, I got to jump back on here and talk some more junk to some people. Not talk junk to people, but, you know, talk some junk.
Well, you know, guys, just so everybody knows, everybody said we kept it so calm tonight. We had our professional fight in the building. We had Brittany the War Machine. We got our very special guest, Mia, here. We got to keep everything, you know, we got to keep it right. We'll jump back through here. General got to come back, and we got to get it crunk. We'll do that maybe tomorrow.
Oh, guys, make sure you guys go subscribe to General Africa. Man, talks about a variety of things. He definitely specializes in, you know, old school boxing. Also, you know, has a lot of great different things, you know, on the political side, the old school boxing side. I mean, definitely does a great job with his videos. Up and coming channel, and I've definitely had the pleasure of just talking with him on numerous occasions. And I mean, behind the scenes, it's great, man. Young guy, you know, just doing a lot of stuff. So go subscribe to the channel, click on his name. Oh, wait a minute, yeah. Just type in the comment section something, and then you guys go click on, like, type on the general or something, and then you guys go click on that, and then you guys go and sub to that channel. That's what it is.
Yeah. So we got that. No, it's really great people here. Like I said, we got all of our people here in the building. We're gonna get Keith in really quick to close up. And Keith, General is great. This is the thing. We got to always know and support each other. We've got so many talented people here. We got so many people that are talented here. We got people saying good night to Mia, who is at Georgia. Is Mia still here? Did Mia leave us?
Nah, Mia right there.
I'm still here.
Oh, she's still here. I guess George just wanted to say good night. Come on, George. But
George, remember what I told y'all?
That's what I said, George. We know our brother George. We know. But anyway.
Because she's a minor, you know. So gotta keep that in mind. Her parents are nice enough, because your parents watching this too, right, Mia?
No, they're in bed right now.
No, Mia, don't say that. Mia, don't say that to these people. No, Mia's dad is watching this right now. Don't say that, Mia. Don't tell him that.
Have you paid attention to the time? It's 12 o'clock.
Come on, Mia. I'm trying to keep this thing right here. Okay. Anyway. All right, we got Keith Brown here. Keith, are you in the building, man?
Yeah, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we got you, brother. We got you. Now,
sir.
Salute, props to Keith. We know you won your second. Was that your second amateur boxing match, Keith?
Yeah, I had my second one yesterday.
Tell us about it. Bro.
Yeah, actually, I feel I did even better this time than the first one. Yeah, my uncle, my trainer, he gave me the great game plan again. Said, all right, we worked on your strategy like the first time. Wherever I could have worked on more, we focused hard on this camp. Plus everything else we always focus on anyway. So this time, first round, I just went in and felt him out clearly, and went to the body again, and he actually was starting to fold a little bit in the first round, and I was pretty much countering him using my defense. He was able to he landed one good right hand on me, but I was able to keep going and move forward. All right, then the second round come in. Somehow, somehow with this one body shot, I used this straight cross, and I knocked him down with it in the second round. He got up, so we kept it going. Then the third round, I think it was only like about 30 seconds left. He was trying to fight though. He was hanging in, and I kept going into his body again, and as he was bringing his hands down, because I was eating his body up, I landed that left hand on him because I'm a southpaw, and that's what ended. That's what ended. The referee said that's enough.
Nice.
Hey Keith, yeah. I'm trying. You know, man. Make sure, man, if you got any kind of footage, man.
Oh yeah, that's coming up soon too.
Yeah, because you sending me some of your training videos.
Yeah.
Because I told you I'm gonna make an intro. You know how I make the intro videos for the fighters.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna make your intro video. So if you give me some of the footage, I can make a pretty decent intro video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want that, man. And shout out to that. General Africa, you got any quick words to the brothers who just getting started, like Keith, man? You want to drop some encouragement on them real quick?
Yeah, shout out to you, Keith. This is my first time meeting you.
brother. But hey, it's good hearing that you learned, you know, when you took steps, you took the strategy, and you just, man, hey, it was real cut and dry the way you described it, and it's like, hey, that's what it takes. You know, it's you have a game plan, you go out there and you execute, and hey, man, just keep on doing what you're doing, man. You always have people here to support you, man.
That's
Always,
right.
and you know, like the coach said, make sure you send in that footage, and keep on doing what you're doing, and we're gonna do what we can to continue to support you here, man. And like the coach said, you know, me personally, we'll have conversations. We'll just talk about a lot of things, and you know, and it's just about supporting one another, man. And you know, and you know, if coach says you're good people, man, I'm supporting you, and
All
I
right.
just appreciate all you guys.
That's right, man. All right, coach. Well, we got them all in. Coach, you're gonna go ahead and get the people something, shut them down for us. What we got going?
Yeah, man. Let's probably go ahead, man. We're gonna do LDBC salute, and we're gonna get on up out of here, y'all. It's been fun. You know, join me tomorrow. You know, I'll try to be on here. You know, probably between 2 and 3, depending upon what when I get done with all my activities. And you know, I just give my post-fight thoughts, and you know, really I'm gonna look at the fight again. You know, and then I'm gonna really talk about it again, and you know, just and expect more videos coming. 2018, guys. I'm working my butt off. Got interviews coming. You know, General Africa, they're gonna be on the stream. Me and Eric, we got big things going. We can't tell you about it yet. I don't believe in telling everything until we get it complete. And then, you know, Keith, Mia, definitely appreciate you. You know, working the comment section. You know, it's like you just fit right in. You just doing stuff, and thanks to you. And tell your parents thank you. You
Yeah,
know,
thank you.
for letting you come on here and you know hang out with a bunch of us fans. You know, and it's kind of good too because I work with kids, so it's great that you're you know into the game and you know because you could be doing other stuff, but you're here with you know people who are positive, so that's great too. And then shout out to the comment section. You know,
That's right.
George Blood Boxing, the legendary Blood. I sent you a link, Blood. You never came in. I'm a little disappointed with you, Blood. Uh,
Oh.
I'm going to call you in the middle of the night and wake you up. That's what I'm gonna do to you, Blood. I got your phone number, Blood. Got your phone number. Heck, I might just come. I might come down there and visit you, man. That's what I'm gonna do. XA Goucha, George Page, man. Thanks, George. You know, dude, man, you're always in here. You're always helping us, man. Thank you, George.
Shout out to George Page, man. Shout
Yes,
out to George Page. Very supportive, man. Stamina
Stamina,
MC, I see you too, bro.
Marcus Bell,
Yeah.
and Eric. You're supposed to be a moderator too. I don't know where you was at. TC Johnson, the military, you know, military vet. Thank you. Ticket TV. Thanks for coming on up here, guys. It's a lot of y'all in here. Brian Jensen. I know you're gonna be, you know, trolling Megan Anderson for the next week now.
Oh
So,
man. Oh,
you
I
know,
can't wait for that.
yeah, Brian is funny, man. He gonna be all over Megan. So, thank you guys. If I missed your name, I apologize. Yeah, that's it,
78 came
guys.
through. 78 came through.
Yeah, go subscribe to 78 Sports TV. You know, he's the mastermind behind the LDBC, and you know, hey, it is what it is, guys.
Yes, sir.
XA Goucher 23. Appreciate you, brother.
Got you.
I see Naomi up in here. You know, Naomi, we get you in here. Eye Candy,
I candy.
leaving some great comments. Yeah, man, it's good, man. You guys, we got some of the best fans right here, man. Comment Isaiah Chuck Wu,
I'm just trying to
2018.
get everybody in as though 2018. Yes.
Okay, and that's it. That's it, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you.
All right
All right,
now.
y'all.